Yeah, hovering over it, it looks like that was right in the deck, and we have the deck lists. We can see, yeah, there is one snake trap in the deck list, and I gotta say, it certainly doesn't look like it was wrong.
Yeah, that's very surprising.
And Rod Johnson's gonna hover over his Baron Geddon and then emote that you have made a mistake, sir, because this this Baron Geddon's gonna gain him
Just say
12
a
life,
buttload, a
a
buttload of
buttload of
life,
life,
a large metric buttload.
a large metric
That's
buttload.
the scientific unit.
Yeah, can you come at a can you how does it a metric buttload convert to imperial units?
That's a good question. That's a question I don't have an answer to. But I know the history of buttload. It was named after the famous physicist Dr. Jeremy Buttload. Red Knight did a pretty good job clearing the board there, very efficiently, developing threats. Unfortunately, that's a bit late in the game to be doing that. He wanted to be developing his threats much earlier to get that damage out so he could be finishing the game with his kill commands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having to use his kill commands as removal earlier just really was not helpful. And now that Rod Johnson has a grip full of cards, as they say, and Red Knight's just going to be playing pretty much one thing per turn. It's not looking good for Red Knight up there.
He's got that polymorph, which synergizes perfectly with the Mage Death Knight hero power.
Yep. We're just going to see a bunch of water elementals at this point.
Not quite a buttload, but a bunch. Ooh, there's two Huffers, though.
Yeah, but two Huffers, they're just going to die.
That's true. He's got Dragon's Fury, he's got multiple Blizzards in hand. He's got Arcane Artificer that would continue to give him armor. I'm a little surprised he didn't play it there. Maybe he wanted to draw with the Witchwood Viper, but he's running out of cards.
Yeah. It's not... I don't think running out of cards is a worry for him. He's got 4 and his opponent's got 3. He's still winning that quote-unquote fatigue battle, so he will be fine.
Always gotta use your hero power at the end of the turn. Ooh, that's gonna heal him a little bit. I love when I play my zombies and I get that what is that wasp, and I get like rush and lifesteal with it. I just retain so much health when you fuse it with that, what is it, that 2 mana 1/3 rush lifesteal.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely... I don't remember the name of that card either, but I think our viewers know what it is, so... Yeah, he's got plays. They're all gonna die. This Dragon's Fury. I guess Rod Johnson might not have spells left in his deck. He's definitely got to cast this Dragon's Fury before time runs out.
Yeah, there's still 1 Flame Strike left in his deck.
Ah, excellent, excellent. So if he knows that, then nope, he's unafraid.
Yeah, he's electing to just drop a minion, gain some armor. He's going to go ahead and set up that 5/2 to generate a water elemental the next turn.
Yeah, and Death Grip doesn't do anything against Spell Hunter, so he got the worst possible card off of the Death Knight. But wow, this is crazy. Wow, he didn't draw the Flame Strike, so the Dragon's Fury is still alive. But yeah, it looks like Rod Johnson doesn't know that, so he's playing with the knowledge that he remembers, which there's a lot of that has happened to this game, so I can definitely respect that.
Yeah, pretty interesting. The fact that he's not going for it at all is giving Red Knight the opportunity to come back into this game. The zombies have finally caught up with Rod Johnston.
Yeah, and that means that he's not going to. That means he's not going to have any. He's gonna means Rod Johnston, excuse me, is going to be out of answers. He's not going to. He's out of cards in his deck. He's going to be out of answers as long as Red Knight can play things with more than 4 health. That's going to be the end of it.
It looks like it. He's gonna go ahead and what? Yeah, he's gonna gain 1 life with the bump from that Arcane Artificer. But Red Knight's also out of cards. He needs to find some zombies that are stitched together with like a Stone Tusk board. Start pumping out some more pressure before the fatigue catches up to him.
Yeah. But with no board clear for the wolf. Oh, sorry.
Oh, the King Mukla. And burned his flame strike. Oh my gosh.
That is crazy. Wow.
And Dragon's Fury is gonna do nothing.
Yeah. And Rod Johnston is playing the Dragon's Fury out of shame there, I think.
It's poetic.
Yeah. I mean, what if this isn't enough? You could imagine it's possible to imagine a zombie doesn't really do anything here. I guess, yeah, these first 3 choices are part of that. I definitely, yeah, the poisonous rush definitely does something. So yeah. Jeez.
In a good position. I mean, the fact that King Mukla burned the flame strike also meant that it was complete. That Dragon's Fury was completely nullified. And oh man, I would have loved to see that come down about 8 turns ago.
Yeah. Wow. Sunwalker is going to be great. It's going to get 3 of the banana doesn't really do anything, but the Sunwalker is going to get 3 of these dudes off the board.
Yeah, and you know what?
This Grievous Bite suddenly became good.
Oh yeah, and this Scavenging Hyena is going to be massive.
Yeah.
And there's no way in the game that he can deal with it.
No. Yeah.
Vicious Scalehide. I totally recognize that name.
Yeah, Vicious Scalehide. That's the one we were trying to talk about earlier. Yeah, so we're going to see the Lifestealer Rush for whatever comes out on Rod Johnston's side next turn. And unfortunately for Rod, nothing's going to be big enough to prevent him from dying. And nothing's going to do anything that would prevent him from dying.
Yeah, it looks like this might be a banana concede. Which is the unfortunate sister podcast to Coin Concede.
That's the partnership between Blizzlet and Coin Concede.
Banana Concede, I like it.
Yeah. Well, that was very well navigated by Red Knight. Hard fought win. And yeah. Great game. Got exactly lethal on board.
Some interesting plays from both sides. I really like to see different perspectives on how these players take that game. I know I would have navigated it differently from both sides, but I think I learned something from both of these players.
Yeah, and
that's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna quickly let everybody know that that third deck did win for Red Knight, and let's get these 2 guys into the interview booth. All right, we are working on getting the 4 of us together and we're going to talk about the match.
I'm going to be sitting in a corner crying for the next hour.
I'm sorry. I played the dirty quest rogue.
Everything, it didn't matter that whole game. Like every single time something happened, like there was something that you had, like one bad thing happen to you the entire series, and that was the Shutter Walk.
Oh, and yeah.
Every single other bad thing that could happen happened to me. You kept getting those fucking banana motherfuckers and kept filling up my hand. You overdrew me how many times because of bananas?
So I
three.
overdrew I was gonna say, and the cards I hit were pretty good too. I overdrew a polymorph, I overdrew a meteor, I think,
Yep.
and a flame strike.
Yeah, it was the amount of times you got that one fucking card that would do that is fucking bonkers. And I
Dude, sorry, I mean, I sympathize with where you're at because that's super frustrating. Like, I basically got to play Cold Light Oracle without Cold Light Oracle being in the format, and the whole thing that kept running in my head when I first saw it was like, I wonder if this is the pick. Everything else kind of sucks, so I picked it because it sucked, and that was like the real thing. Like, honestly, like, I mean, you saw the dorks I was putting out besides that, right? Like, it wasn't like, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't a super obvious line. That's all.
I was afraid that this was what you were going to bring. I kind of view you as an aggro player a lot of the time, and I'm like, oh, I'm completely fucked if he brings what he could bring. When I saw it, you told me your classes, I was like, oh no, I'm going to get run the fuck over. And guess what? I did, because I don't know, man. It was a brutal series of games.
I definitely don't blame people for classifying me as an aggro player. I mean, my general philosophy in Hearthstone is hit people in the face really hard. So, playing, especially, like, I don't know, like, but you're forced to play all the classes. I was thinking about even Shaman for a long time, but I'm like, if he brings, like, I mean, there's, like, no good. The problem was Warrior did you in, right? So Warrior kind of tipped me off to, like, the idea that, like, okay, Rod's going to have to bring a control lineup if he wants the lineup to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yep. I was like, all right, well, we go all in. If I'm wrong, I get screwed because even Rush Warrior against a Quest Rogue lineup is gonna crush it. So
yeah, I thought about switching today. Never did. I knew it was gonna happen, but then I was like, and then if he brings all this aggro like anyways, then I'm in trouble. So yeah. I don't know.
It's a hard spot, dude. It's a hard spot.
Yeah, my classes just didn't line up with yours, right? It was like you countered my classes because you basically had the option to do whatever you wanted, and I was in trouble either way at that point.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of was like, I had to hope.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, the real problem too is that I had Shaman, and Shaman actually is a super flexible class right now, even though people think it's like not great. Even Shaman's not bad. And then you have Shutterwalk Shaman, which people are starting to refine. It turns out it doesn't completely suck.
No, it punishes slow fucking decks. And by the way, that brawl was one of the most brutal fucking things.
Oh, dude.
I'm just sitting there, I'm like, how can I not win one fucking thing? And then he gets Wind Fury. I'm just like, this is 03 at this point, because I was like, oh, I put up a fight. He gets fucked. Nope. That brawl was like, I'm going to throw the owl out there, and I'm sweet. Nope. Fuck you, Rod.
I actually put you on Owl, too. That was the brutal thing. I almost went for freezing something, and then I'm like, well, if he just unfreezes it with the silence, I'm screwed. Yeah. It was rough breaks, not even lying.
That's me every single game. I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. It was kind of brutal.
Tom Locke, you have questions for us?
We've just been bullshitting for the last hour.
I am very interested to see what happens when you guys watch the replay and listen to our commentary. I hope we weren't too harsh on either of you, but I will definitely say that Tim and I, Animor and I, thought there were some different plays that could have been more advantageous.
And I'm assuming you meant with me because I lost all 3 games.
No.
I'm sure I misplayed because I know the Quest Rogue game was a cluster because like I could have Shadow Stepped the Sonya. That would have been better. There was a couple things.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's very funny, Rod, because your luck was actually like much worse than you thought.
No, see, you don't understand, Tom.
He assumes it's awful.
I always assume the worst because we get into these situations and it's like, I so rarely, for every time I have a series of good luck, I'm getting bent over the wood bench like 7 other times. And so it's just, I just kind of assume, and then I saw his lineup and I assumed, and I just assumed the whole time, dude. It is, I mean, that brawl was the perfect, if you're saying what I think you're saying, I would say that Brawl was the perfect like microcosm of that series because it was the only thing that I had a chance to do that. Like I put up a fight in that game, put up enough armor, and that one fucking Brawl was just this microcosm of that whole series. So
so I would recommend watching.
No. I do you want people who experience horrible crimes to go back and watch the crime being committed to them? No.
Yes.
No.
In my case, yes.
No, you were committing the crime, you son of a bitch. That's why you want it. It makes sense for you. You're like proud. You're the motherfucker that shot Batman's parents, and you're like, I got some beads. I only got 3 beads, but I fucking got those beads. I'm proud of stealing those beads. And you want me as Batman to sit there and go, watch my parents get shot in front of me again? Fuck that noise. And my voice has gone up 7 octaves because I haven't hit puberty.
All right, so I'm gonna. I think we're gonna wrap this interview up, but I'm gonna leave you with the note. When he was playing Quest Rogue, the 2 cards that he kept were Sonya and Quest, and he was playing against the Odd Warrior. So that was kind of, to me, the summary of tonight's match. Very well planned by Red Knight. So, unfortunate planning for you, Rod.
When I brought my classes, I was like, inside, I was like, I am in for a world of hurt. And I questioned it and should have switched and didn't. So
it happens, man.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for your. This is going to be used in a trial in the near future. To document all the things Red Knight has done to me. This will be Exhibit A, and then my body will be Exhibit B, and Red Knight will be in prison in the very near future because that was documented on Twitch. No,
yeah.
Good. Hey, well played all around. Oh my god.
Well played for sure. Well played all around. Those games were extremely entertaining. That third game was extremely fun to watch and to cast. Thank you both very much for joining us. Viewers, please make sure to join us back here, same channel, an hour from now. We're going to have the match of Spivey versus Hat, like Anamor mentioned earlier in the show, just an hour from now.
Is Anamor real or is he imaginary? Is the real question, because he keeps disappearing.
Yeah, Discord is actually imaginary. Anamor is real, I promise you. So,
got it.
Yeah, we're gonna have Spivey versus Hat on at 8:30 Central Time. That's an hour from now, about 50 minutes from now. So, I'm Brandon Downs. Tom.